Hello folks, today we're going to talk about why I left Canon for Lumix. And this channel actually started on the R6 for who are the newest ones here. And I was basically teaching on how to get by that overheating issues that the Canon R6 was receiving so much. And the R5 down the line got fixed with firmware updates and codings, but the R6 never received that love. And that is the main reason why I decided to just leave the R6, because it was just mind-boggling me of why the R5 were receiving so much love, so much like coding going on there, but the R6 nobody really cared that much from Canon. And now we understand why, because now there is the R6 Mark II, which is a phenomenal camera. I've used it, I shot with it, and it's just beautiful image. I will do a review on it soon, comparing it with the Lumix S5 Mark II X. So if you're interested in it, consider subscribing and clicking the notification button, because when the video comes out, you will be one of the first ones to see it. And yeah, so I was looking into what kind of cameras I would love to upgrade from, because I was doing more and more jobs and I couldn't always think about, oh, this camera is gonna overheat on me, so let me get by with this and that and blah blah blah. So I just needed something, and that's where the S5 came around through Sam Holland, this fantastic YouTuber. He's amazing. I've been there for a long time on his channel because he was an R6 user too, so that's where I started basically following him and stuff like that. And then he started talking about the S5 and I was like, Lumix. I didn't even know that Lumix actually had a full frame camera out there. And that was so interesting because the S5 actually came out the same day, if I'm not mistaken, where the Sony A7S III came out. So I was like, why we never heard about this camera? Like, why we never heard about this camera? Because if I knew about this camera, I would have immediately went straight for that camera, because I pre-ordered the A7S III and then I pre-ordered the R6, and I was like, the first one that will come out, I'll just go and grab that one and focus on that one. I received first the R6 and I focused on that, and like 2 months later I received the A7S III, but I was already so much into the R6, the beauty of Canon colors, and already like my YouTube channel was getting up thanks to that. So I just was stick there. I might have done a mistake, maybe, but I'm not someone that really looks into the past after I do a choice. So I just went straight in my choice and I just continue with the R6. But if I knew about the Lumix S5 earlier, I would have jumped immediately to the Lumix S5, with reasons that that camera doesn't overheat. It has kind of the same limitations that the R6 had time-wise. Talking about time, the 30 minutes record limit, that it's so annoying. But what was so important for me was the external B-roll, because I was a Blackmagic user at that time. I had the Blackmagic Pocket 6K camera. So knowing about the Lumix S5 earlier, I would have for sure just bought that camera and just kept that one to use it with the Blackmagic 6K Pro when it came out. But I didn't know, so I spent a lot of money on the R6 and the RF lenses, which I had the 24 to 70 2.8, and then I have the 70 to 200 f4, because the Canon R6 was really good in low light too. Like, it was good. It was an amazing camera in low light. And then I have the 16 prime 1.8, and then I have the 35 1.8, because 35 is my favorite focal range and 16 is my other favorite focal range. So I had these 4 lenses with me. Then I knew about the S5 after Semhall Untucked, and I totally jumped ship. I sold every Canon gear I had and I jumped to the S5. So these are the reasons why I decided to jump ship from Canon to Lumix, because Canon put so much limitation into their cameras, and finally, as always Canon does, since it passed to the mirrorless world, they always jump on things so late, and many times they don't do things properly, like they did with the R1 in my opinion. And for me, the real flagship camera is the R5 Mark II. The R5 Mark II is an exceptional and amazing camera, and I think Canon nailed it on coming back to the market with the R5 Mark II. Am I ever gonna go back to Canon? I don't think so, because I'm so invested in Lumix at the moment, and the cameras that Lumix are creating and what I'm waiting for Lumix to come out with, it just works way better for my kind of use. I don't care about Canon RAW, I prefer B-RAW, and Canon doesn't have really anything, as for now, that really attracts me to them. And it's not that I haven't used their cameras. I've used the R6 Mark II, for example, and as I said, it's a phenomenal and beautiful image and beautiful camera with some little quirks that I will talk about in the video I will do about it. But yeah, I don't know. The Lumix S5 Mark II X seems still better for me. It might not have 4K 60 uncropped, but it's not something I often use. Plus, there is a workaround that, which I will do a video about that soon, about that slow motion thing, because there is a way to actually have the 3x2, so the opening it slow motion with the camera. So I will talk about that a little bit later on down the line. But if you are new here, thank you for being here. Consider subscribing. If you are an old subscriber, thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. Take good care of yourself. And we are near the 1,000 subscribers, and we are near the watch time I need to be starting monetizing, and that was my goal before the end of the summer. So thank you guys, really, you have been amazing to me and amazing supporters. Criticism and everything you guys tell me, I read and I write down, and my goal is to become even better and better down the line. Write me down below what kind of content you would like to see more and what kind of things you would like to see more. Thank you for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.